Hey guys, Patrice here as always, and today I would like to talk about Apex Legends in general, how the game is doing, if it's dying, what to expect from the future and what the players actually want. I will leave the timestamps below, so feel free to skip any way you like and let's get into it. As everyone knows, recently player base of Apex hit 50 million, which is a crazy amount. That's pretty much the only solid number we know, since there's no other trackable information where we can see the live player base. But I would assume it's definitely in millions, which is very good. And in general, I would not say that the game is dying, but for the past week I've seen a lot of Apex ads on Instagram and other platforms, and if you check the comment section, then it's getting a lot of hate right now. Compared to when it just came out and people were shouting how we will kill Fortnite, well, now it's the opposite. People actually say stuff like Fortnite is better and so on. A lot of people got really upset because of the season 1 battle pass, and honestly I don't blame them. Apex came out and then the roadmap came out for it, so technically they should have been prepared for releasing the updates and season pass, but for some reason they wasn't. I've seen a lot of arguments on Reddit with people saying that it's because we rushed the respawn devs to make a season pass, but honestly if they had a roadmap ready, which they did, it's kinda their fault that they misinformed the players and didn't have stuff for their expectations. For example, when people invest in cryptocurrency or stock market or some companies or anything, they always look for the roadmap, and the roadmap is provided before the funds are put towards the idea. So for example, they calculate how much exactly they need to reach certain objectives and release the product, and only then they collect the amount of money and proceed with it. Okay, and now let's look at Apex. They made a game, put out a roadmap, so as a company they were prepared for the future updates and future content of the game. I have few theories of why this happened and why this season pass was really rushed. First theory is that EA put their hands on the respawn, rushing them and trying to make the most money out of it as soon as possible, because they knew that the hype will die out quickly. Second one is that Respawn was actually not planning to work on Apex, and it was more of just a quick money grab for their future games and tried to give themselves some time for releasing the new game. Hence pretty much everything in Apex was copied from Titanfall 2, just to save time. And that would also tell us why the update that was planned for 12th of March was put further away. Makes sense now that the game was hardly changed to what it was a year ago. A lot of stuff got balanced, yes, but the game stayed pretty much the same. At least that's what the beta testers said. And the map stayed pretty much the same, and they just mentioned a lot of stuff that were pretty much not changed at all. And the third theory is that they have a small team working on Apex because Respawn was working on Titanfall 3 for example. That would also explain why they couldn't decide on what to make and released Apex with no marketing whatsoever. Or they just don't give a shit about the game anymore and all they wanted is just some quick cash. You never know. But anyway, in conclusion, I will give them a second chance. The player base did drop and Apex is nowhere near the first place on Twitch anymore, and not as hyped either. I think it would be a lot better if the season pass wouldn't suck, and the love for the game would last longer. But they have more than enough money and time for the next battle pass, so if season 2 sucks, I got news for you guys. They don't give a shit about the game and I'll probably delete it immediately. But if they will actually put work towards it, I'm pretty sure the game will do fine, and a lot of people will probably come back. Moving on, let's talk about the netcode and in general how laggy the servers are. I'm not the expert to talk about this, but it definitely does suck, and even I can tell. Maybe every second game my bullets just disappear when I shoot them. I do get the animation and the sound of hitting an enemy, but they just don't count and there's no damage pop-up. At first I used to think it's just cause I suck and probably miss, but turns out that this happens to everyone, and not because of the missing, but because the game doesn't register it. I'm sure that also happens to my enemies when I kill them. Also, you know when you get behind a wall on an obstacle and the damage still somehow gets through it? Yeah, that sucks. Well, at least the TTK in this game, which stands for time to kill, is very good. So unlike in Battlefield 5 Firestorm, you don't get deleted in a second and always have a chance of somehow escaping and coming out as a winner. With the current updates, I actually do notice a lot of improvement in the game. And you know those laggy servers that you've been getting where you cannot move and you move really slowly, I see this less and less every time now. After the most recent patch, I haven't popped up on one of them yet, but they probably still do happen, but just a lot rarer. So this does show us that the game is improving and the developers are actually trying to fix these problems and tackle them. Also, I would like to cover cheating. Honestly, I can see that the developers are working on it. I don't know what's going on Asian servers. Knowing Ukrainians and Russians, I assume there's still shitload of them. But on European servers, I see them a lot rarer now. About a few weeks ago, I would encounter a cheater every second or third game, but right now I only see one maybe every 10th game if that. So yes, it's definitely still a problem that needs a lot of work on, but it is getting better, at least from my experience. People told me that developers are banning people not just by their IP, but also by the PC specs or something like that. I personally have no idea what that means, but I got told that it's much harder for hackers to come back onto the game now. Since this game is free to play, you can pretty much just make a new account and, you know, hack and play the same hacking game again. But if they do ban somehow, like you're not just your IP, like your PC in general, I don't know how they do that, but that definitely would improve it, and there would be just less and less cheaters in general. Well, at least I hope that console users don't have this bullshit, right? Like, I don't think that there's like cheaters on Xbox or PlayStation, is there? I don't know, comment down below if there actually is, but I think it would be quite hard to cheat there.
Hamza, can you give me a reason why you're cheating at least? Like, tell me why you're cheating. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta have a reason, man. It's not nice, dude. It ruins the game for everyone, you know? Yeah, not. One guy. He's low, no shield. One more. He's up here. He's punching me. Nice, dude. Get me up. Oh, I see him. I see one at least. I mean, if he's spawning, there has to be more, right? He was there. Oh, that's a craver. That's a craver. Right.
Additionally, let's talk about how quickly developers cleaned up the hitboxes. Yes, Gibraltar and Caustic is still really rare picks, but someone like Pathfinder is actually amazing now. His hitbox is so smooth that you don't need to be afraid of close fights anymore, so that's a good thing. It tells us that they are working towards balancing the game, and they did roughly balance the weapons. Yes, it's not much, but they did. I see why they're not rushing it, since they want to collect more appropriate data, but at the same time, I think like it's obvious what exactly needs to be nerfed or like what needs to be buffed. I mean, just look at the pros and what they use. It gets pretty obvious on what needs a nerf, since pros usually love to abuse the broken stuff. I mean, that's the way League of Legends used to balance their game. They would look on what is picked in esports and why it's abused, and then try to balance it. Well, I am personally not in a rush on balances right now, and I am okay with waiting, so I think it's cool. But hopefully, when they collect enough data, they do something about like Wingman and Peacekeepers and, you know, all of those like really strong weapons. Even R301, like it's a very solid weapon. I love it personally and I love how it works. But compared to other weapons, I see why R301 is a better pick. So I think somehow like either other weapons need a little bit of a buff, so you know you would have like a bit of a choice which you actually play with, like from preference and not from just how strong it is. Maybe a nerf. Well, I don't know, I personally have no data to confirm this on or anything, so you know, like the developers probably know better what they're doing, and if they see a massive amount of data and just review pro players and stuff, they can definitely work on this. Well, in conclusion, I think the game is still doing fine. Yes, it did get a bit more boring after playing for a while, since there's not much to work towards to. But I'm willing to give it a second chance and see what they got for us in Season 2. I think a lot of players will come back and the hype will get back if the updates are coming out and if the developers are doing work. But if the next Battle Pass won't improve, I'm pretty sure this game is doomed, since it's pretty much Respawn telling us that they don't care about us or the game. But it seems like they are working towards it. And currently the player base is still pretty good and the game is in a comfortable zone. Alright, let's finish this off here. Sorry for long blabbering video, but I wanted to cover these topics. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, also don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to talk about something I missed, make sure to comment it down below or tune in to my next live stream so we can talk live. Sorry guys for not releasing a video for quite a long time, maybe like a week and a half now. Like I would use some excuses that I didn't have time, or that it's my girlfriend's birthday or whatever, but honestly it's just procrastinating and laziness. Like in reality, I always had enough time and I always have at least 1 hour to work on a video a day, and I could have made this video way earlier, but honestly I was just lazy. I was just like keep procrastinating, keep making up shit and not actually working. Well, I mean right now, since if you were on my last live stream, you know that like the quality was really terrible and it was laggy. Today I improved my internet, Like a couple days ago, I ordered a new internet and today I got it, so today is much better. And I should be able to stream in 720 on 60 FPS in good quality without like bugs and stuff. So hopefully guys, I'll see you in my next live stream and it won't be laggy. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.